everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emy. So COVID-19 has been an unexpected event for all of us, and I hear people all the time saying how COVID-19 has just been so difficult for them. They cannot do anything because of COVID restrictions and because of the inability to go out and socialize with their friends. But with today's video, I truly hope that you can change this mindset, because yes, COVID is very disappointing, and yes, there are many restrictions because of COVID that has somehow limited our life in many different ways, in many different aspects. But COVID-19 has also provided us a unique chance to grow. So in today's video, I am going to just share a little bit about my experience during COVID and my growth during COVID by talking to you guys about the 5 things that I have started to do or learned to do during COVID that have truly enriched my life a lot. And I'm so proud of them. So I hope after watching this video you can also start to reflect upon your life during COVID and try to find things that interest you but you never had time to do, because now it is the time. You have loads of time at home, and you really want to make sure that you get most out of this time at home. So remember to subscribe and let's get started. So the first thing obviously is this YouTube channel. So I never thought of starting a channel because of several reasons. First of all, I know it is very time consuming, and if you dedicate yourself to a channel, then you truly have to put your heart and effort and time and energy in to do well. So, and the other thing is that I am not very good at editing videos, and in fact, as I will talk a little bit about this later on, I'm just not so good at computers. So starting a channel, editing videos, all seemed so scary to me. But this idea initially came to my mind after I have received my Oxford email rejection. You know, that was a big event in my life, and I somehow found comfort in speaking to the camera and recording down my feelings. I feel that if you have something to say, you have to say it out. Otherwise, it would just be so difficult if just put everything inside your heart and not letting anyone else to know and to hear. So after that evening, or after those few days of me just speaking to the camera like a fool about everything I wanted to say about that, that rejection, I thought, why don't I do this all the time? So I wanted to have a way to record down my daily life. So that's why I have decided to start a YouTube channel. So my first ideas were to record down some live vlogs of me, of my study days, study habits, school days, some morning challenges. But later on, this entire idea expanded to making study videos, videos about some tips on how to succeed in IB, in uni application, etc., etc. I truly want to, have built this platform in which I can record down my life, but I'll also motivate other people, inspire other people, because I know you can hear a lot of tips, a lot of inspirational speeches, things like this from a lot of adults, counselors, or even books, but it's never the same as hearing a person who has truly experienced these events talking about their feelings. So it's this is just unique to me and to you. So I feel like building up this YouTube channel has been one of the largest projects in my life ever, and I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of you as well, in that I can go out of my comfort zone and actually start to do something really meaningful to my life as well as to yours. So this channel has always been a place of reflection, of motivation and inspiration. I've learned so much. I have received some criticisms about the way I edited my videos and the way I presented my content, but I always took them as being a source of force to spur me to go further. So right now I have learned how to speak in front of the camera, as well as some really interesting editing techniques. So my second project during COVID is writing my Chinese novel. I love creative writing, I love being creative, I love writing stories, and I have started to write a lot of Chinese novels when I was in 8th grade or even earlier, but if I count them, there might be like 7, 8, 9 or even 10 novels, but they're all unfinished because I just had that initial rush of ideas to jot down, but then I didn't really plan well. Also, I think because I was too young to know all this, so I don't know, it's just a regret. But COVID has provided me another chance to start writing. And I was so excited. I had, it was still after my Oxford rejection, those 2 days I was really down. But it was in those 2 days I had some very interesting initial ideas about a story. So I asked myself, why can't I turn this initial idea into a book? So that's where this entire journey started. Now, I was really afraid of starting a new Chinese novel for various reasons. First of all, it has been years since I have written in Chinese, and Chinese, as you know, is a very difficult language. Even though it is my mother tongue, I'm just really good at speaking it, but my writing is not that good. So that was the first reason. I was afraid of criticisms of my language use. I was afraid of making syntactic or even grammar errors. I was also afraid of giving up, having all those experiences of leaving those initial ideas unfinished. I was afraid that I will do this once again. I was afraid that if I devote too much time in it and then at the end I'm not able to finish it, then what is the point of spending so much energy and putting in so much effort? But all of these worries and doubts cannot stop my love for writing. So I decided to, again, go out of my comfort zone and challenge myself. I just said to me, failure is okay, mistakes are okay, but if you never try, how do you know that you cannot finish a book? So that's what I told myself, and that's what got me started upon this journey. So until now, I have been working on my book for 5 months, which to me is just incredible because the time seems to fly once you've started on a project, because it's just amazing. And until now, I have written 400,000 words and in total of 190 chapters. So it is quite interesting because this is the one of the longest things I have written in my life. So I'm pretty excited about it. The entire process of writing is again a journey of growth. This book has just helped me so much. It's not just a place in which I'm writing the story down, but it has helped me to get out from the Oxford sadness as well. Whenever I felt down, whenever I felt that my energy is out, all the characters in my book would come to my mind, and it's difficult to put that feeling down into words, but you will just feel so energetic and ready to go further, to face challenges and failures. So it's just amazing. Now, if the previous two things are already incredible to me, then this third one is just super incredible. So I have started to study coding. Computer has always been a weakness of mine since my birth. And I think this is actually a gene-related thing because everyone in my family is super bad at computer. So, I only got to know how to use computer 4 years ago when I started my high school because until then I was not required to use computer. So it's just incredible. When I first got my computer, I didn't even know how to type well, type on a Google Doc, save a doc, or submit homework. So yeah, it's just incredible. There's this one day I have decided to do something that I have never done before. So it's just one day I was sitting in the senior lounge and I said I want to start coding. And my friends kind of looked me puzzled because they know that I'm super bad at computer, and I doubted myself a lot because I had actually no idea about what coding really is, and I didn't know how to face the challenges if I just can't get through it. But then again, I challenged myself out of my comfort zone and I actually started to look at some coding tutorials. And from printing the first few words, hello world, to building multiple choices tests, calculators, dictionaries, lists, and right now I'm studying logging, which is very difficult, but the entire process seemed really enjoyable. I learned a lot of stuff, and I learned so much about modern world and modern world development. And from this experience, the biggest takeaway is, yes, there are people who are naturally good at doing something. A lot of my friends are just so good with computer, so good with coding that entire logic seems to come to their mind in a supernatural way. But no one said that you cannot do it as well. Well, it may be true that you don't have the same talent as them in fields like, for example, in my case, computer. But I am willing to dedicate double of the time and energy that they devote into the same thing. So never doubt yourself, thinking that you cannot do it because other people have better talents than you. Talent can be born, but talent is also something that can be developed through your effort, through your heart of working and putting in effort. So that's what I have learned from coding. If I can code, you can code as well. So just never be afraid of going out of your comfort zone, breaking that frame that other people give you. So the fourth thing I have started to do during this pandemic is photography lessons. No one wanted me to take a photo for them when we go out, because my photography techniques are really bad. I just don't have that talent of taking photos, of taking good photos. So I wanted to break that stereotype, and I wanted to try something new as well. So I brought a photo camera and I started to take photography lessons. I did not know anything about things like shutter speed, aperture, or ISO prior to taking photography lessons. I didn't have the courage to switch my camera to manual mode because everything just seemed so daunting. So I always used, the automatic setting in the camera, which is good but not good enough. So again, this is a really big challenge for me, and I have to say I really love photography, but when a lot of people start to say that you're pretty bad at something, then you will lose your self-confidence in that activity. So it was me, I was like that. I love photography because I love arts, but once people start to say that I am a really bad photographer or the photos that I take cannot be shared, I copied this perception into my mind. So this is a sort of schema or stereotype that is created about me. But after I started to take photography courses and learned more about how to take good photos, my love for photography came back again. And because we're not, I'm right now at home, but when I go to school for some certain events, I would just, during spare time, I would just take my photo camera and take photos everywhere. It's okay to, as my online tutor says about photography, it's okay to take bad photos, but the one thing you can never do is to give up taking photos. So one last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the project that a friend of mine and I are working on currently. And that is an online study studio in which we are going to sell our IB notes, share some study tips, as well as provide some resources. So this, I think, is a very meaningful project to me and to other people as well, because I have been taking pretty good IB notes. I really wanted to share them, to make use of them instead of just letting them die. And this is a whole new experience. I have to say it's so exciting because I have been kind of salesperson when I was young, so I helped some of my friends to sell some stationery things, so pencil, pens, notebooks. These are really small things, but this sort of big online shop experience is really new to me, and it is a very challenging process because neither of us have created websites previously, so it required us to watch a lot of tutorials in order to understand the process of creating this website. If you just watch a website from the outside, you can never imagine how much work those people who have built the website have done, and there are just so many details that you have to pay attention to, because it is these details that make a website look good and look comfortable. So colors of the background, the font you're using, the entire layout, requires a lot of artistic talent, I guess. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the entire process. We are more than halfway through our project, and we're planning to finish this by summer, so our studio can be open when school starts during September. So these are the 5 things that I have started, I have learned to do during COVID. They might seem a lot, they might seem very daunting and frightening, but they're really not. Once you immerse yourself in things you like, time passes, time flies away, literally. The entire purpose of this video is again to make you understand that you can actually do a lot during COVID. So stop blaming the COVID for restricting your activities or things you can do in your life. Stop blaming COVID for the fact that it has taken so many opportunities away from you, because yes, it does take away some opportunities from us, but at the same time it has also given us a lot. So it really depends on you. Go and find those opportunities that COVID has provided you and really get started.